Okay, I found the books I was looking for. These would be good for you to study on your own, but since I don't know how far along education-wise you are, we're gonna do this first one together.
Are you sure this is okay? If anyone outside finds out,
They won't. Now, what is magic? Magic is the term society has collectively chosen to describe several arts in the manipulation of reality.
why do you have reading glasses on? I thought you could see better than most humans.
It's called a vibe, Anne-Marie. Look it up. There are several arts associated with magic. The most common of these is alchemy, which is the minute manipulation of the material. Those who practice this art, known as alchemists, are best known for their potions and tinctures, but they are also known for the ability to cast minor cants to repair or renew certain things. This book is not about that. And before you ask, I don't have that book, so we're not covering it. This book is about the elemental magics upon which those who take magic seriously set their foundations. Anyone who has practiced this magic is called a sorcerer, regardless of their status, origin, gender, race, or any other such factors. And any sorcerer who seeks to master the higher magics must first master an element. And then there's more definitions. Witches are a specific phenotype of humanity with stronger magic marked by green skin. Druids are nature-oriented and take vows to protect national parks and such. Wizards are magic scientists. Oh. Pact-bound is a politically correct term for paladins, clerics, and warlocks. And warlock is a term used by outsiders, while the proper term is Zalakin,
Please don't say that again.
aimed after the first person to make a deal with an infernal entity.
Can we get back to the important stuff, please?
Fine, but we're coming back to this later. First, we must define the elements. An element is a part of nature that serves as the basis of all material things we can interact with in this mortal plane. Ah, shit. They're already talking about planes and they aren't even through the first chapter.
Planes?
There are schools of thought that believe there are different planes of existence. Heaven, hell, whatever the fuck the Fae have. That sort of thing. I wouldn't be surprised they brought planes into this since magic is so closely tied to religion, but
I know. I came from a cult, remember?
I remember, very vividly. Your buddy the Archdemon was very descriptive about it.
Can we keep reading? I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Alright, I'll skip to something worthwhile. There are several elements that have been identified, and these elements have been categorized into primary, secondary, and tertiary elements. The primary elements are water, earth, fire, and air, and these elements are the first ones most sorcerers learn. The secondary elements include lightning, metal, sound, cold, psionics, and nature, which are more advanced and stem from the basic elements in one way or another. The tertiary elements, also referred to as the cosmic elements, are light, dark, time, creation, and void, with very few sorcerers learning how to cast any magic from even one of these elements. Bet this author would shit their pants if they met Minerva.
What does Minerva have to do with this?
She is naturally proficient in both light and dark magic.
How?
That's the thing. The difference between this magic and alchemy is that anyone can learn alchemy, but elemental magic takes an innate connection to the ethereal. Sure, everyone possesses it, but those who can practice magic have a much deeper connection. There's an excerpt in this book that talks about it. Such a connection, whether one is born with it, or it is granted to them as a blessing or curse, is rare, becoming more rare as a connection becomes deeper. It is said that those with the deepest connections can hear the songs of the angels, or the screams of the damned.
Oh. That explains the nightmares.
You're having nightmares?
I used to. Then Barry started showing up.
I don't envy you at all. His voice is like listening to a dog going to town on a squeaky chew toy.
My dreams were about the demon. And after we made a pact, they stopped showing up for the most part. Barry said we'd be able to communicate because of the pact, but I've never used that communication to talk to him.
Not surprising in the slightest. Anyway, I'm gonna skip ahead. To test one's aptitude and talent, the sorcerer in question must meditate with small samples of each element placed around them and observe how they respond in the presence of the individual. Although some elements such as lightning and air are difficult to contain or manifest in a meaningful way, The observation is regardless the best way to determine one's talent with the elements. I'm not sure if I'm gonna test fire on you. Minerva mentioned your dad set some shit on fire that night with the blood moon.
He burned a handful of cultists alive. And there was so much fire.
And the cult leader also burned something into your back, so let's start with water. I'll be back.
Okay, kid, I'm going to make this easier on you. I know what your talents are. Oh, calm down. You know I was here and you agreed to the pact. Even if you didn't, I'd be stuck here anyway. So take a deep breath and focus.
You just scared me. We've never actually communicated. What do you even want me to do?
I need you to listen. Simple as that. Your heritage from your father's side gives you a minimal talent with light and dark, and the interference from that guy gives you talent with fire. If you were to rely on me for power, you'd have nature. Your natural talent, however, is lightning. Why? Doesn't matter. So you've got a lot of options if you're going to make use of your talent.
I have no idea how to do any of that.
That's why I'm here, and that's why Jovian's helping.
This is a lot to expect of me. I haven't practiced any sort of magic in years.
You don't understand. Ultimately, we are all trying to pursue power. Jovian is trying to reclaim what he lost, and you need to claim yours if anything is going to get done. Ask him about his power if you don't believe me.
Okay, I'm back. And I'm reminded I need to go get us some more water bottles. We're almost out.
Jovian?
Yeah?
Ask him.
Where does your power come from?
I'm the second envoy. That means I was created from the union of two elements in mortal form. Some kind of prophecy sort of thing, I think.
Idiot. Even when he was presented with the truth 60 years ago, he's still clueless to the truth of not just his identity, but how the universe functions.
The demon called you an idiot.
Tell him I said Ketjo. He should know what that means. Now, we are about to test for elemental resonance or something, right?
He also said that you were presented with the truth 60 years ago or something.
Anna, I don't think you want to talk about that demon, so stop.
I mean, I can't ignore him. So what else do you want me to do? I don't want to talk to him or talk about him, but I literally have no choice in the matter.
Right. The impression I got from him was rather negative, so whatever he says is hardly something I'd like to hear. Anyway, did he tell you anything important, or can we move along?
He told me what abilities I had.
And?
Minimal light and dark from my dad, fire and lightning. If I were to use his power, it would be nature related, but that's never happening.
Alright, then the test would be pointless. You want this water?
Sure.
Okay. Since you say you're talented with flame, we'll just skip to learning the magic rather than test more.
Actually, this is all I can do in terms of fire. I've never been able to do anything more than this. I don't know how to do anything else.
Oh, cool. That's step 1. The next step is throwing it.
Wait, what?
And we're going outside for that. Alright, make that flame in your hand, feed it more fuel, and then throw it at that rock over there.
What if I miss and hit a cat?
Then you get to keep the cat. Vita can't stop you. Ready?
I don't want to hit a cat.
Anna, there are no cats here. I'll prove it.
Oh.